Today is Saturday, May 15th, Peace Officers Memorial Day. I hadn't realized that there was a day set aside to memorialize and honor fallen peace officers, but I'm really glad there is. It may seem strange that a convict would have any interest in honoring fallen peace officers, but I try and bear in mind something that was told to me by a correctional officer whenever I was rolling up from high desert and becoming an SNY inmate. He said, "People think that my job is stopping inmates from escaping, but really the fence, the walls, they stop inmates from escaping. My job, well, half of it, is keeping myself and my fellow correctional officers safe from violent and dangerous felons. The other half of my job is keeping those dangerous and violent felons safe from each other." There's some real truth to that. If it hadn't been for the constant threat of overwhelming retaliatory violence from the peace officers, prison would have been a lot bloodier, a lot more violent. The fact of the matter is that whenever the riot kicks off and the gangs start going at it, the reason it ends is because the guards, the correctional officers, put themselves between the rival gangs, the people fighting to the death. They risk their own health and safety in order to ensure the health and safety of those people that they're guarding, and that is admirable. Of course, the idea that most correctional officers lose their lives at the hand of an inmate is simply a fallacy. It's not true. It's very rare for an officer to lose his life in the line of duty. In fact, the most common way for a correctional officer to die is at his own hand, suicide. Peace officers in general suffer a much, much higher suicide rate than your average citizen. With correctional officers, I'm not at all surprised. You figure prisons are terrible places. We make them to be terrible places, dehumanizing places. We send the worst, most dangerous people that we have in our society into these little cages and leave them there. And if occasionally it's terrible, if occasionally it's dehumanizing, well, that's the price of going to prison, and if you don't like it, you shouldn't go to prison. And that's easy logic to hold on to, but if you consider that eventually the people in the prison are going to get out of the prison, and that if the only lessons that we taught them, the only things they learned while locked up is how to be treated like an animal and how to act like an animal, we shouldn't be surprised whenever they get out and act like animals. Similarly, whenever we employ correctional officers to take these human beings and deny them their dignity and treat them like animals, we shouldn't be surprised whenever there's a price, whenever it takes something from those officers, because it is not easy to day in, day out, treat people like they were something other than equal to yourself. It wears. I usually shoot 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This week I wanted to shoot one extra and express my sincerest gratitude to the peace officers who have kept myself and my family safe over the course of my life. Additionally, I would like to give my deepest and sincerest thanks to the family of any peace officer who lost his life in the performance of his duty. Thank you.